everyone. So, I am going to work on finishing the Brilliant event tasks. But I'm starting here because I have gotten word that supposedly we have some places that have not been mapped around here, and I want to go check. See if they are actually showing up or not, or what's going on. So, because I do have access to our local Discord that's submitting things, and they actually submitted 2 things that either were approved or weren't approved for Pokemon Go, but it sounded like they might be approved. I'm not sure which. So I'm gonna just go check them out. Also, because I have heard some people say that things show up in Wizards Unite that don't in Pokemon Go. And I've heard some people say no, nothing that's submitted through that is showing up in Wizards Unite. So I don't know which it is. I have also heard that they are. So we will see. So we're going to check that out. I've heard there is a way to submit a Pokestop, and I have one that I think qualifies. Or not Pokestop, a waypoint in Wizards Unite. And so I have one area that I think qualifies, and we're going to go check that out. See if you can submit through Wizards Unite or not. Also, yesterday I got told at one point I said Wizard Goddess, and when I was meaning Angel Goddess. So I'm sorry about that, Angel Goddess. And so if you were wondering, that's who I was meaning. That's who the links of the stream is to. So there is that. On top of that, that's a service access area. I can't get down in there to see. I was hoping I could. Aha. Looks like this one might. Nope, this one's not either. Okay, I can't get down in there. I was hoping I could go down in there. I'm going to try and look at it from above. This is a busier road, so being able to look at it from below would be basically impossible. It is interesting. So that's a park, supposedly. And yet there's no way to access. There's a service access road, and that's it. So that's a little bit weird to me that you have a service access road and not a regular road headed to a park. Go figure. Also, I got corrected on the Pixies that they aren't elite. They're one of the others. But what I was getting at, at first I was thinking that, and then I went, wait, no, it's not elite, it's one of the others, and I couldn't remember which one. But just the fact that they're showing up more too was what shocked me. There were more Pixies there, so it seemed like, especially with that, it might be an easy way to complete your tasks if your oddities are going to show up more. And that's what I was thinking of when I said that, is if we're going to have oddities showing up more in circulation, then it's going to be easier to do stuff. So, okay, we are going to just have to pull over. I found the sign for Bridger Park, but I can't find any place to pull in there, so I'm kind of off to the corner. Okay, so it looks like we do have some more, so I'm gonna go, no, yeah, we may have some more, so I'm gonna go up here just a little bit. I really wish I could pull in there, but that's fine. We'll come over here just a little bit. The nice thing about doing this is I'll be able to know even better for sure which one's Bridger Park and which one's the... Okay, so we are in here. That's what I thought there. So this should be, yep, Bridger Park. And then we have the pavilion and a community garden greenhouse. Let's go see if these are on our map. Looks like we have the fortress, we have a greenhouse, but we do not have the inn. So next thing, log in. And it could be, I think that may be why they couldn't get one of them, is because it's already a waypoint. And which one is it? It's the regular one. Okay, so I've got that submitted. Wonder if I can get to my Discord quickly to get to the right one. Not that one. This one. New way spots. Let's put this in. Okay, so we're at Bridger Park. Supposedly there's a trick ramp over here. Ah, right there. Clear down at the bottom. Park trick ramp. That one, right? Yes. Didn't mean to grab that. I do need this though. So we have the baseball park, and we have 2 greenhouses, which we do not have both greenhouses here. So let's do that one. So this greenhouse is northwest baseball field. Is it 2 words or 1 word? Okay, 1 word. I thought, but I had to make sure. So, got those added. You saw how to like a place. The more you can do that, the better. Now, let's go see if we can figure out how to submit. And I would get out and walk around. I actually had thought of doing that. I was hoping it would be snowing though, not raining. We got told some places said we were gonna get rain, other places said we were gonna get snow. It's rain, and I'm not allowed to walk in the rain according to my husband. And honestly, that's for good reason. It's because I will become hypothermic. I won't realize what's going on, that I'm becoming hypothermic, and I will have all the problems associated with that. The train of thought not working as well, everything else. So, I am not complaining, other than the fact that it's raining, so that I can't get out. And it's really strange in some ways. The one thing we can figure is because rain is the way it is, it soaks in. Like, it hits your skin, and rather than being able to brush it off, it immediately soaks in, so the temperature of that water lowers your core temperature, or at least mine. And for me, it seems to lower it pretty rapidly. I actually can become hypothermic just from a really good, strong wind when the temperature's just right, or when the temperature's right. However, snow you can brush off. And so if you're really busy and you're brushing it off, your core temperature stays up. And so I don't have the issues that I would otherwise. So where we're headed is an almost 100-year-old building that has had the same business in minus a couple years, and it's a family-owned business, but for 3 generations, the 4th generation and 5th generation help out right now. So from what I could tell from the rules, it like any business, it's private property. However, the private property portion is to be able to not have it where people, to get the property owner permission, basically. Well, the property owner permission is no issue here because it's a business. They want people coming. So that I'm not worried about. So, I just want to see, because I've heard you can. Okay. Okay, not there, obviously. Okay, it does not appear. I'm checking a couple other places. That goes back to the map, I believe. Share. Yep. Okay, you cannot submit in-game. That's obvious now. I suspected that, but it's easier to check and let everyone see, because I have heard reports that you can. But, well, and I'm not high enough level in. I wonder if I can from Pokemon Go. I think you have to be level 40. But we will see. Unless someone's on and wants to let me know. Thanks, Angel Goddess, for the like, and hi all. Sorry I wasn't looking at that. I wanted to quickly check what was going on around me and whatever. So yes, we got new stuff thanks to the Wayfarers. So yeah, I think in Pokemon Go, I'm just checking it, but I think you actually have to be level 40. Oh, that's right. Never mind, I'm not going to check. I'll have to do that later. Or use my husband's account. Or something, but let's go head for the fortress. So, just as a reminder, if you have not emailed the FTC, or not emailed, but commented to the FTC and signed the petitions, please do so. Even if, so those watching right now appear to be just from the US, but even if you're out of the country, it may not affect you as much if you do not reside in the US, or as much immediately. But you will see less people who live in the US being content creators, things like that. So if anyone you watch is from the US, it will affect them, which by affecting them, it's going to affect you. And if you don't, the chance, well, it may affect you anyway, in some ways, because it may affect those who do create content that you do watch. Their ability to watch from and learn from those who they do watch. So, different things like that. If you're out of the US, you probably can't comment to the FTC. but you can sign at least the petition at petition.org. I am not sure on my White House petition if you can sign that. If you're in the U.S., though, it will directly affect you, period. There's no way about it. If you think, well, everyone will just move to another platform, the problem is the FTC, these rules, will start to affect other platforms, different things like that, and advertisers and everything else. So, just be aware of that. And spread the word. Even if you don't think there's very much you can do, the FTC has said they will read every single comment submitted to them and take every single comment into consideration. So you can make a difference there, because if they get a ton of comments and they're reading every single comment, that's going to make a difference. You can, by sharing it, even if you share it, you comment and you share it and only one other person comments, and they share it and one other person comments, that's still that many other people, that many more people that are sharing and commenting. And the FTC will hear and understand that not everyone agrees with the rules they've made. And there are people out there who think the rules are amazing and exactly what's needed. And there's many of us who don't agree. So be sure to share either the video I did or the video that was shared by, or I have a video over on my The Wellness Space LLC that I talk about it. You could share that one. It's about 5 minutes. Or you could share the video that I linked to. Or you could just share the links to the petitions. But the more we spread the word, the more we tell everyone, the more the FTC can truly know how people feel about it. So, I know I probably should drop a potion against this one. One, I'm trying to see if I can do it without a potion. Two, I'm purposely trying to get my health lower to make it reasonable to drop a health potion. I don't like just throwing away potions. Wrong one. One more health potion. So I guess what happened is that usually they would wait till 2023 to review the rules. But some parents got mad because they handed their kids their device thinking that they weren't being tracked, and the kids were watching these ads that were targeted because of the videos and everything else, And that upset them. So they contacted the FTC, and the FTC opened an investigation and decided to change the rules. And so that's when they really clamped down on YouTube. At the time, I guess YouTube did not have YouTube Kids available. So the only way a kid could watch YouTube was from watching from their parents' account. So YouTube opened YouTube Kids to try and prevent this, and the FTC said, no, we don't care. There's too many kids accounts already, and period. We don't care. This is what you're going to have to do. And it's taking out, some parents don't care. They're literally looking at accounts saying, this is a kid's account. We know it's a kid's account. I don't care that how old the person says they are on Google. It's a kid's account under 13. They're just lying. Well, one of the issues with that, and one of my big issues, is my account, my main account, not this one, but my main account is one of the ones I just know because of some of the things I watch that is considered a YouTube Kids account. Or not a YouTube Kids, an account for a kid under 13. Because I don't like watching channels where they swear, where there's blood, guts, and gore, things like that. And I like watching some of the kids shows and stuff like that. Well, obviously, I must be a kid because no adult would even take it into their mind, would even be caught dead watching shows like that. And according to the FTC. So it has to be a kid's account. Well, it's not. The youngest in my household is 16. So, and that was one of the things I wrote to the FTC. I'm like, based on your own admission of how you're going to do this account is determined to be a kid's account. My account is determined to be a kid's account. And I don't think that's fair. Because I'm not a kid. And there will be times I watch shows that are adult themed or things like that. And then to punish that creator, the other point of it is, anyone who has too many people like that watching, and then they put out content, any content, if it gets too many views, will get fined up to $42,000 per video. So there's that. So, okay, why don't those who produce clean content, or if it's a clean video, just put that it's for kids? Well, one, if you put your whole channel's for kids, it turns off all comments. Like right now, if I had this as a kid's video, you guys would not be able to comment on the live, period. And so you wouldn't be able to comment on the live stream at all, which is frustrating. And then after, comments are also turned off. On top of that, you would not be able to find out what's to find me through a search. I don't think I'm going to beat this one. That's okay. To find me through a search. Every search, it just wouldn't show up because you don't want people finding the accounts that are just for kids for some reason. So you wouldn't be able to find me unless you were on YouTube Kids. Okay, this is the last potion I'm dropping because this is ridiculous. Because I'm not going to make it anyway. Because I still have the one more Dark Wizard. So the part of the trade that they're claiming is the advertising portion. It's the targeting. What they claim is that you're specifically targeting the ads at kids in such a way that it's inappropriate. Because you're tracking their viewing habits, and so then using that to do advertisements, to know how to advertise to them. So if you're watching a bunch of Thomas the Tank Engine on the account, you will get more Thomas the Tank Engine themed ads. Different things like that. And that's against the FTC regulations. So then, because it's against FTC regulations, you are once again dealing, and that's where the FTC is putting their foot down. And so that's how they're getting involved and the excuse they're using. But it's ridiculous, and that's part of it is, okay, if they were to let YouTube say, okay, we have YouTube Kids, really push that they have YouTube Kids, and maybe even for those accounts that are suspected of being for a child under 13, have something that says that that account is being moved to YouTube Kids unless contact is made in a specific way to specify that this account is not a child's account and is an adult account. And let that be it. That, okay, YouTube Kids just does generic ads. They don't track the viewing habits or things like that. They just do generic ads. And those ones are only showed videos that specify they're for kids. Great. And then leave it at that. And unless an account, and just every new account, if it starts showing too many that it seems to be the account of a kid under 13, have them then have to specify that, no, actually, I'm an adult in some way or other that a child under 13 would not be able to do, whether that's, how they do that, whether that's send a picture of a driver's license or a bill or, something. Find a way that they can prove without breaking privacy either, but somehow prove that, okay, I'm an adult. I should be able to access this content. And once you get that it can be removed from being considered a kid's account. I don't know. But somehow, right now, the way it is not, I do not approve of what's going on right now. And that's the problem, is YouTube literally, because they can't track people under 13 at all, and because of some of the crap that's gone on with other people, some of the ways they've treated their kids, different things like that, YouTube's turned off comments so that kids aren't encouraged to do things that are embarrassing or different things like that. But where the problem's coming in is, one, advertising revenue will reduce for those who declare themselves as a kids channel. So unboxing of kids toys. There are people who have made that that's their whole channel, and it's their job. And so they put a lot of time and work into it. Well, with all the changes, they're having to shut down their channel because they cannot keep doing it because they aren't getting the revenue they need from it to be able to not have to work. So they're shutting down their channel. So some channels are completely shutting down. Other channels are like, I'm not going to shut down, but you're going to hear me swear more. You're going to see me hear more inappropriate jokes. You're going to see more blood, guts, and gore. Different things like that. Minecraft. People who play Minecraft are at a huge risk because of the number of kids under 13. Minecraft's gone viral among them. So the number of kids under 13 that are searching for Minecraft videos. Well, basically they are even if they are one of the ones that are doing the fighting all the time, and they're swearing and they're totally adult jokes, the works, their channels will be declared kids' channels. Because one of the things the FTC is going to look at is, and this is what they've stated, how many kids watch the show? What percentage of kids is watching? And they won't tell us what that percentage is going to be, just that they will go off of a percentage. And it doesn't sound like it's going to be very high. So if you have that percentage of kids who watches that video, then that is a video produced for a child. No matter what the content is, anything else, it's a video produced for a child. And that content person will be fined. That not the content, the creator will be fined. Period. So that's where the issue comes in, is that creators won't, like even this show, let's say my cousins decide, or not my cousins, my nieces and nephews decide to watch. One day. To say hi, maybe, so I have some nieces and nephews who are homeschooled. So I could produce in the middle of the day, go on in the middle of the day, on a weekday, during the school year, and end up with a number of kids watching my video. And if that, especially if that happens to be a day that none of you get on, but one or two of them get on, all of a sudden this video becomes for kids. And I would have had to have pre-marked it for kids, that I'm putting that it's for kids before going live. Even though I may not be doing it for kids. But as you guys know, I don't swear or things like that. And so then all of a sudden now it's a for kids one. And no alerts. So let's say to be safe, I mark it beforehand that this is a video for kids. Well, then you won't get alerts that I'm going live. You won't get any notifications, anything else. The only way you would know I'm going live is to check, or that I'm live, is to check on a regular basis if I'm live or not. Then, from there would be no comments, like we couldn't comment back and forth. You couldn't ask questions. We couldn't talk about anything back and forth. It would be just me going, you could watch what I'm doing live, but that's it. I technically could create a Discord where I say, okay, when I'm live, go on this Discord and try and have the Discord comments pop up all the time and respond that way. But obviously that would be a pain. And so that is why we need to be letting the FTC know that they've gone a bit too far with this. Okay, generic ads are great for kids. But as soon as a parent hands a kid a phone or some form of device, that parent is giving permission for that child to be tracked. It doesn't matter that it's not just YouTube, that there are people out there, there are things out there that are tracking on a regular basis. Oh, you're on YouTube. Oh, you're doing this, you're doing that. And it's not just YouTube, it's everyone. And from other countries and the works. And it's really not fair to anyone the way it is. That really they should just accept that there is a point where if a parent is going to hand their child a device and not have it locked to only specific apps and stuff, or have included YouTube as one of the apps, and they have not chosen YouTube Kids, then they are acknowledging that their child can be tracked. As part of their account, because no YouTube account is allowed without YouTube Kids for kids under 13. And so yeah, and between 13 and 18, if a kid's on it, they should have their parents' permission. And with that should come the understanding that they're going to be tracked. And that's the problem. They are actually. It's just one of the problems is word is very slow to get out. So let's go. I'm going to show you. If you go to YouTube and you search COPA. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here, let's just scroll down. It was actually from YouTube that I found out about it. Okay, so now we're starting to get to some that aren't. But you can see there are a ton. So it actually was, I found out, here's how I found out. And I'm going to kind of go through the way I found. So Doors in Time and Emery Lane got together and did it should be, please help us save YouTube live stream. So that I watched that one. And then I went to this one. And I watched that one. And then I went to this one. And I watched that one. And by the time I watched this one was huge for me. Because he is a lawyer and a full-time YouTuber. Plus, he's met with the FTC. By this point, I knew for sure we were having an issue. And I couldn't deny it anymore. And so that's when I decided to stream about it the first time. So it's known about. Everything else, it's just literally one of the problems is I think that some are trying to hide, or that it's trying to be hidden a little more, words getting out. Reason I'm bringing it up again, I have already done one live stream on it, but so Angel Goddess's stream yesterday was about it. And I streamed a week or two ago. But the one good thing is the more people that hear, week after week after week, and the more we spread the word, the more the FTC is going to know what the general people want. some of my concerns. I'm slightly suspicious that, one, the Actor and Actresses Guild may have something to do with this. Because the more people that watch YouTube, more and more people are watching YouTube than going to movies, things like that. As that happens, obviously fewer actors and actresses are needed. Let's see, still more wizarding challenges. As fewer actors and actresses are needed, it affects the Screen Actors Guild, etc. Is that for sure what's happening? I don't know. But what I do know is that if this isn't stopped, I'm in between a rock and a hard spot. And because I want you guys to get notifications and everything. And to know when I go live, the works. I would like to get money through this so that I can put it back into it. To say thank you, different things like that, ways to say thank you, etc. Maybe seeing about getting a hotspot from another company or two, or getting a few from T-Mobile or something, so that when one's slow and having issues, another one will kick right in, and I won't have an issue. Maybe seeing about getting a really good opening sequence. Take different things like that. Giveaways, going to different places. I would love to be able to attend the Wizards Unite Fan Fest next year. I'd love to be able to go places and show you what's going on, different things like that. But without an income from the channel, I can only justify it if it's something that we need to be there already, or I somehow manage to have some extra money. And as you know, Jen, that's not that common that we have extra money. So, but if I don't declare it, and then I end up with a bunch of kids watching, I'm bankrupt. Because as it is, we're barely making ends meet. So then to have a $42,000 fine, that's more than my husband makes in a year. More than our household income in a year. For one video. Now, could they fine a certain percentage of the income from that video? That, to me, or even say all the income from until it's corrected, all the income goes to the FTC. Okay, I have no issue with that. Because then you could adjust it based on the video. And that if you're a repeated offender, they work with you to figure out why. Especially if they look at, really, who are you talking to? Are you talking, do you focus it towards little kids and when you created, you're purposely creating content for kids? Or is it a general family channel? And that's one thing, is they don't even take into account for family channels, where you might be targeting it to everyone. So, I don't know what to say there. Yeah. So anyway, that's my rant there. But I will say, just because there's so many YouTubers who are putting it out there, does not mean that it doesn't need to be shared. Because each of us reaches a different demographic, has a different group of people they hit, things like that. And there is that question, is it just you talking about it? So the more that, and I will say, I've heard of some of the YouTubers who are saying, I don't need to bring it up, it's being brought up enough. But, as you said, you didn't know that it was going on. So how many other people don't know, if that makes sense. How many YouTubers are brushing it off on someone else to spread the word, thinking that it's being spread enough, and there's people who may only watch their channel. So, that's my take on it. I am actually going to go a little bit, go see about getting somewhere with more energy. Obviously, I need more energy, and go from there. So, I think tomorrow, let's see, today's Wednesday. Tomorrow's stream is going to be late. Probably start around 4 or 5. Well, probably more around 4. Jen already knows about this, but my plan is to go horned serpent hunting. So, that should be a funner video. And we will go from there. Does anyone have any other questions? I've been on about an hour. So I do want to bring up, I do have my Rumble channel. If you ever don't feel you have time for, well, and this one I don't mind if you just jump on for a few minutes or you're here the whole time or what's going on. But I also have the Rumble channel. Those videos are about a minute long. So I try to discuss things that are going on with Wizards Unite, different things like that. I don't know. I've got about 80, I think, videos there. So there is that. If you want to know more about my and my kids' condition, Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, we've brought that up a few times. I have a channel, The Wellness Space LLC, that talks about that, both here and on Rumble. I do, if you are in Cache Valley and on Facebook, there is a Cache Valley Facebook Wizards Unite group. I will admit it's not that busy. Our Discord, Cache Valley Discord group, is a lot busier, and we have some really fun people in it. If you're going to be, and with Discord or the Facebook page, if you're going to be coming to Cache Valley and might want to do some raids or just meet other Wizards Unite people, go ahead and request that either one, I send you a link or a request to join, or, you could come in and join or things like that. More than willing to have people. We are really welcoming and love new faces. I also, on my personal Twitter page, will tweet every so often Wizards Unite stuff. I believe that one's SK Poem, just like the channel. I do have a Instagram, Tumblr, and Pinterest. Those are all for my business, so those also may be ways, if you're interested in Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, you could find more out along those lines. When I get a chance, I will be going through and adding in as many hashtags as I can, things like that, to try and maybe increase the viewership on this channel, get some more community going, things like that. So if you have ideas of hashtags I should use, go ahead and leave them in the comments of the videos after they have posted. The reason I say after they have posted, that's easier for me to access than while I'm doing it, than having to watch the live stream to see the live chats to find the hashtags that are recommended. So and obviously the more people who subscribe, at least right now, the better chance YouTube has of sharing the videos, things like that. If there's anything you would like to see, as I said earlier, there is a Harry Potter themed Christmas market that's a couple hours away, that if you guys are interested, I could try to schedule with my husband to go down to. I wanted to go last year and didn't make it, so it is something that would be of interest to me and I think might be of interest to you guys. I may actually try and see if I can get a hold of the people in charge of it. Who knows, maybe they'd be willing to sponsor a video. Because I kind of doubt anyone in Utah will be doing stuff that would be of interest to them to live stream that or to spread word through YouTube. So that might be a fun way to go down and enjoy some time together, especially if they did sponsor. I probably would end up not doing as much Wizards Unite so that they could send people to the page and everything, or to that video and everything. But yeah. Obviously, as the number of people subscribed to the page increases, the chance of sponsorships is going to increase. And I will say, if I did get sponsors, whatever, it would be of things that I think would be of interest to you, and I may even check with you guys beforehand, before doing a sponsored video, just to make sure it would be of interest to you. I'm not guaranteeing, because a lot of sponsorships, they want to keep quiet that they're sponsoring until the video's created and approved and going live. And I do understand that. So I completely understand that, some places are going to want to do that and won't want to have it be such that I give any hints about it beforehand. Of course, the difference being the way my channel is, where it's all live streams, that does change things a little bit and may reduce the chance for a sponsorship, just because I am going to be open and honest with you guys in such a way that it will be extremely obvious, because I'm live. So there is that. Crap. I knew I forgot something today. Anyway, so I'm going to let you guys go. I'm going to go check something out, see if I can still do what I forgot about, which was why my stepson said he's headed home, and go from there. So I will talk to you guys later. Bye.